You're everywhere, I swear it's like my mind can't breathe without running into you. But at the same time, you're nowhere. Not in my bed, not on my phone, not in the empty chair across from me at dinner. Not anymore, I ache. I mean, for real, my chest feels like it's been hollowed out and filled with sand. It's heavy and dry and scratchy, and no amount of sleep or food or beer can shake it off. Everyone's got an opinion. My buddy Leo says, bro, you'll heal, give it time. Like there's a clock somewhere counting down until I'm good again. Then there are people like Danny, cold as always. Dude, you knew what you were getting into, suck it up. But none of them get it. None of them saw what we had or what I thought we had. I just miss you. Let's backtrack a little. Maybe I can make sense of it if I lay it all out like a confession, or maybe just a desperate late-night rant that'll make me look pathetic, but whatever. It's 2 a.m. and everything feels rower in the dark. We met last spring. I was still shaking off the last girl, a mess named Mia who left me for her boss, but when you smiled at me over that coffee counter, I swear my brain short-circuited. You said, Americano with oat milk. And when I nodded, your grin was all teeth and sunlight. Fast forward 3 months, we're inseparable. Movie nights tangled under scratchy blankets. Rainy day takeout by your window. Your feet on my lap while you read those weird mystery books, making faces at every plot twist. Midnight walks where we'd stop and listen to the city breathe. It was easy, until it was. You started pulling away around August. At first I thought it was work stress, your new project was eating you alive, but then came the late nights that didn't add up. I'm stuck at the office, you'd text at 11 p.m., but your boss posted an Instagram story from the bar across town, drinks clinking and your laugh echoing in the background. I pretended not to see it. Stupid, right? Who wants to play detective in their own relationship? Still, little things started piling up. Your phone face down on the table, quick swipes when notifications popped up. Cancelled plans with no real reason, just tired, you'd shrug, but your eyes darted away from mine. A night I remember because it was pouring rain, you showed up at my place soaked through but wouldn't let me touch you. Just shook your hair out and said, I need to sleep. You curled up with your back to me all night. That ache started then, the one that never really left. I told myself, give her time. She warned you she was complicated. Hell, she said it on our second date like a disclaimer at the start of a movie. I'm hard work sometimes. And I said I could handle it. Maybe I lied to both of us. Still, hope is stubborn. I held out for another few weeks before things truly cracked open. It happened on a Thursday night in September, the kind where the air feels thick with something waiting to break. You called after midnight. Can we talk? My stomach dropped. I could already feel something unraveling. You arrived pale and jittery, hands stuffed in your pockets like you were hiding something sharp. We need to take a break, you whispered. The words hit like cold water down my spine. Is there someone else? I asked, voice barely holding steady. You winced but didn't answer right away, which was an answer in itself. I just need space. God, those words still echo every time I'm alone with my thoughts, the lie wrapped in kindness that only hurts more because it tries to be gentle. I helped you pack some clothes into a tote bag that smelled like our laundry soap and watched as you walked out my door for what I thought would be a week or two max. But days turned into weeks and every morning felt like waking up underwater. I kept telling myself she'll come back when she's ready. She just needs time to sort herself out. That's what she said, that's what you said, so why wouldn't I believe you? But then came the photos. Leo sent them first, a screenshot from his girlfriend's Instagram story. You dancing at some rooftop party with a guy whose hands were way too comfortable on your waist. You looked happy, happier than you'd ever looked with me those last few months. My gut twisted so hard I thought I'd puke. Leo tried to soften the blow. Maybe they're just friends? Yeah, sure, and maybe pigs fly now too. Dude, Danny scoffed when he heard about it later that night at the bar. She's moved on already. I wanted to punch him or maybe myself for not seeing any of this sooner. The next day, your number stopped working, straight to voicemail every time I called. But social media is its own kind of cruel detective, isn't it? Because even when someone ghosts you, their digital shadow lingers everywhere. Tagged photos, mutual friends stories, posts from parties where everyone pretends not to notice the new couple cuddling by the balcony railing, everywhere but nowhere at the same time. That's how it felt trying to get over you while still seeing your face pop up every few days online like some sort of curse. I sent you one last text. Please just tell me if this is really over. No reply, not even bubbles to show hesitation or guilt or anything human left between us. So yeah, I ache. The worst part, everyone says it'll get better eventually, that time heals all wounds, but honestly, some nights it feels like time is just another word for distance between who we were and who we are now, strangers again after everything we shared. People keep saying I should move on, that clinging to hope is pathetic. But how do you let go of someone who seeped into every part of your life? Last week, Mia, yeah, the ex who dumped me for her boss, reached out of nowhere. Saw what happened with Sienna online, you okay? No clue how she found out unless people have been gossiping about my trainwreck love life behind my back, which honestly wouldn't surprise me at this point. I ignored her message but felt this weird sense of deja vu. Same heartbreak cycle playing on repeat, except now everyone gets front row seats thanks to Instagram stories and group chats blowing up with screenshots and speculation about who cheated on whom first or whose fault it really was this time around. Some nights I replay our last conversation over and over. We need to take a break. Is there someone else? You flinching but refusing to say yes or no. And then walking out anyway, as if silence could somehow erase all the things left unsaid between us forever. But silence only makes everything louder after midnight when there's nothing left but memories ricocheting off empty apartment walls. But maybe that's just how heartbreak works these days. Messy and public even when everyone pretends not to notice how much pain fits inside one unread text message. And yet somehow everyone still has an opinion about what I should do next, as if moving on is as simple as unfollowing someone online or deleting old playlists full of songs that used to mean something before everything fell apart. And yet here I am writing this instead, because sometimes confessing into the void seems easier than pretending everything is fine for everyone else's sake. Even if nobody ever reads this, except maybe another insomniac scrolling Reddit looking for proof, they're not alone in feeling lost after love ends without warning or closure or even an honest goodbye, but honestly. If anyone asked me what hurts most right now, it isn't losing asterisk you so much as knowing how easily someone can become everywhere in your world one day, and then vanish without a trace the next, as if love leaves no fingerprints behind when it finally decides to disappear for good. But hey, maybe that's just how these stories end now, quietly, unfinished. Nobody wins, everyone aches until eventually they don't anymore or convince themselves they don't. And maybe that's enough for tonight.